Good morning and a very warm welcome to UTC Oxfordshire's first live virtual induction event. I'm Sam Knowlton, Principal here. I'm actually here in the building this morning, but for obvious reasons we're unable at this time to invite you on site. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in person in September. In the meantime, thank you for joining myself and some of my team this morning. This is the first time we've done a live event with so many contributors. So although we've had a number of practice runs, please bear with us if it's not quite as smooth as we anticipate. Just some housekeeping. If you have any questions, you should be able to use the chat function at the side, but there's also opportunities for questions throughout the presentation this morning. Please switch off your cameras. I can't actually see anybody out there, so switching off your camera will help with your connectivity and make it a little bit smoother from your end. We will be recording the event, and this, along with the slides, will be available at the end. These will be emailed out and also on the website. We have around 100 Year 10 families with us this morning, and all with the intention of joining us here in September. UTC Oxfordshire opened in 2015 and has 4 year groups: Year 10, 11, 12 and 13, students aged 14 to 19. I joined as principal in April of this year and, like you, have been working virtually since then. So in September, like yourselves, it will be the first time in the building with all the students all together, and I'm really looking forward to that. We specialise in science and engineering, with maths underpinning our excellence. You'll hear today from both the science and engineering departments, as well as a brief introduction from teachers and other departments supporting a balanced curriculum. We benefit from being part of Activate Learning Education Trust, which is a multi-academy trust established by Activate Learning. We transform lives through learning by providing exciting and innovative education for young people in partnership with local employers. More about that later. Our high standards, collaboration and aspiration for our students support the growing need for high calibre employees in industry in this local area. As you're aware, the Thames Valley is one of the areas in the UK that holds a high concentration of small manufacturing businesses. And with the expansion of the Harwell Campus Technology Park on our doorstep, the opportunities for our young people is huge. So we endeavour to and are successful at providing education with purpose. I'm so proud to be the principal welcoming you this year to our UTC. I hope that your aspirations are as high as our aspirations for you. We're about to begin an exciting journey together, which will expand your imagination and capture your brilliance. I would like to introduce Vicky as your head of year, and she will guide you through the next steps for the first part of your journey.
Thank you, Sam, for that seamless handover. As Sam has mentioned, we are doing this live, so do bear with us, and thank you for embracing this new form of technology. We were really keen to meet you all today. It's just unfortunate you cannot be just down the corridor in the hall from us to meet with us. So as mentioned, I am Vicky Knight, often referred to as Vicky. I'm head of Year 10, I'm designated safeguard lead, and I'm also a teacher of history and English. So I look forward to teaching a lot of you also. I've had the privilege to meet some of you already. Those of you that have come to our open events, open days and evenings, you may have come round on a tour and we've said hello, and some of you I've had individual meetings with. Just so you are aware, there is a Q&A feature at the bottom of this presentation. So if you were to wiggle your mouse, you would see a bar that comes across, and there is a question box. Looks like a speech mark. If you've got any questions, do pop them in, and I'll come back to those a little bit later on. So you haven't had the end of your Year 9 that you were probably expecting with your farewells at the end of July. So I think it's really important that we recognise that many of you might be feeling a little bit anxious, and that's completely understandable. So hopefully by the end of today, with all the technology working seamlessly, we will be able to put your mind at rest and make you feel really confident and excited about starting your journey with us. So on that note, I'd like to talk to you about some expectations, things that you can expect from us at the UTC. So first of all, when it comes to the atmosphere, your working atmosphere, you can expect all of us, yourselves and us included, to adopt a hardworking and friendly atmosphere, somewhere that you want to come to every day. A mutually respectful work environment. As you know, you refer to us by first name, which will seem very strange in the first few weeks. You will call us Miss, Sir, probably Mum at some point. That normally happens, but that's completely fine. You'll soon get used to it and you'll enjoy working in our spacious, very modern work environment. If you feel like you can't really remember what this looks like, obviously you can see the outline of the building here, but please do go online because there is a virtual tour available, and sometimes that will steady your nerves just getting used to it a little bit more. So following on from atmosphere, you can expect teaching excellence. You can expect dedicated subject specialists. We are a college which promotes science and engineering excellence. You will be taught by some very good and engaging teachers. So we have got modern and well-equipped facilities. Our workshops and our labs are industry standard. We're very proud of those. And you can expect some excellent careers and destinations advice to make sure that whatever you want to do post 16 or post 18, hopefully, when you've completed your sixth form study with us, that you are equipped and ready to go and you know the pathway that you are exploring and that you feel comfortable with interview technique and approaching potential employers. And lastly, you can expect from us a whole bunch of support. So that will come in many different formats. We're all on a first name basis here, and that respect permeates around the building. So you can ask your teachers for support, whether that's academic or pastoral. You can ask your tutor, who you will see daily. You can go to our iHub, which is a smaller area of the school. You'll hear a little bit more about that in just a moment, but they do offer tailored support for students. You can ask me for help as your head of year. I'll be very happy to guide and support you in your next 2 years and hopefully more at UTC. And also you can rely on any member of support staff here. We all very much want the best for you and the best for our work environment. So that's what you can expect from us. Now, what we would like to get from you, what we are looking for to make this a really seamless transition and a good 2 years for you. So what we expect is that you approach UTC as if you were at the world of work. So we need you to be punctual. That means on time. You're arriving on time with us every day. You're here ready for your tutor time, and that you are arriving on time for every lesson in the morning. We also expect regular attendance. So we would like you to aim for 100% attendance. That really goes a long way to show your future employee that you are your future employer, that you are dedicated, you've got resilience, and that you are ready for the world of work. We will also expect you to wear business dress. We'll come on to that a little bit more later, but that you can stand tall and feel proud every day when you come into your working environment. And we would like you to be equipped daily. It is not a myth that UTC Oxfordshire will loan you a Chromebook, a laptop style device. That's true. That happens. So for some of you, it will become your more popular way of working when you're in classrooms. You will still need a pencil case, a well-stocked pencil case, pencil, ruler, calculator every single day, but you'll need to bring your Chromebook fully charged. Moving on now to effort and engagement. So all of those things are going well. Now what we'd really like to see from you is that you are ready to learn. You come in with a good attitude. We don't expect you to know it all. You're probably going to see, kit and experience things here that you haven't seen in your last schools, in your last settings. That's okay. We just need you to be willing to learn, willing to approach this with us. And we need you to be respectful. We need you to work with us as we were your colleagues, as you were in a place of work. And we also need you to be willing to work with all staff. Okay, I am now going to pause from me for a moment, and we're going to hand over to Julie White-Zamler, who is our assistant principal and our Senko. And she is going to tell you a little bit more.
Sorry, I've completely forgotten to unmute my mic. So this is me actually saying good morning rather than just mouthing it. So good morning to you all. Welcome to the UTC. As Vicky said, I'm Julie White-Zamler. I'm the assistant principal in charge of pastoral care and also the Senko. I am a maths teacher and teach year 10 and 11. And so we'll very much hope to see a number of you in my classroom in September. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about how we support our students in general. So we're very proud of the support that we offer students here, and it's achieved through a very systematic process. So before meeting you, and also in the first few weeks at the UTC, we will make sure we get to know you by assessing you in a number of different ways. You've already online done your cognitive ability tests, which show us what you're capable of, and they're really important because they set high standards for what you can achieve. They're not about what you have got or what grade you're at the moment. They're about how much you could achieve if you really put your foot on the gas. We're also going to look at literacy and how well you spell, read and write. And we're going to look at how you feel about learning, whether you're confident about what you can achieve or whether you doubt yourself sometimes. We're also going to look at how well you talk and express yourself, particularly around asking for help and working with others. And all that information helps me and the team here at the UTC to understand what kind of support you might need or benefit from, what you find easy, what you're good at, and what you find difficult. Everybody finds things difficult, and it's really important that as young people we show you that how important it is to be honest about those things and talk to us. And so the second part of what we do here is we really do speak with you about what you're finding easy, what you're finding hard, and we also involve your parents because they know you really well, and they're going to be able to tell us what you've struggled with and what you again love and really enjoy. We're going to talk to your teachers, and we're going to talk to your previous schools. And all of that information means, hopefully, we can work as a team with you and your parents to really get your education right. But education doesn't always go right, and sometimes you aren't doing as well as you could. And so we need to make sure that we check on your progress by meeting with you 3 times a year and discussing how you could do better or where you're doing well and how we could learn from that. I think one of the key messages here at the UTC is that we all have things that go wrong. If schools are doing a good job, if the UTC is doing things right, then we're challenging you. And sometimes that challenge, that experience of learning, means that you might have difficulties, and those might be emotional. So you might feel angry, sad, frustrated, just down about what's happening at school or what's learning or what's happening at home, and you might need support with that. You might actually find classroom learning difficult. You might find it hard to focus, to write, get your ideas onto paper, or you might find it difficult to remember things. And this school is going to really work hard to show you how to deal with those difficulties. You also might find it really hard to say that you need help or that you don't really know how to work with other people. And so we're going to work with you. We can support you with that. There are several ways in which we support our young people here at the UTC, and that is either in lessons. So first of all, teachers provide high quality teaching, as Vicky's already said, and each teacher has little notes on you, so essentially student support plans which ensure that they understand what you find easy and what you find difficult. We also have a number of amazing learning assistants who may come into your classroom if that's appropriate. Out of lessons, again, Vicky's mentioned it, our nurture unit is called the iHub, and Sarah, Jade and Annette work there, and they will provide you with detailed and really quite personalised provision. It might be emotional, it might be about your anger or things you're stressed or worried about, or it could be about academic support. You might need help organising yourself or really knowing how to be a good learner. Not all of us know exactly how we should behave in a classroom. We don't always know what the most effective learners do, and so we get the iHub help you learn that. In addition to the iHub and the teachers, we also are proud to involve a number of key specialists, agencies that work around the county and around the country with specialist knowledge in how to support students and young people. They will come to the UTC and offer really amazing support if it's needed by you. In addition, I think it's important at this point to mention that we test all students who need it for access arrangements in exams. That is extra time and readers to make sure that you get the most support you can when you're sitting your GCSE exams. If I were in a real room, I'd be smiling, warm and friendly and asking you, imploring you as students and as parents to speak to me or Vicky or a member of my team if you feel it would be useful to discuss your child or indeed your own needs before coming here. The more you tell us before you arrive, the more we know and the more we can make this place work for you. So please do get in touch. You're going to be sent these slides. Your emails are here nice and clear. And I really look forward to meeting you in September and hearing from you if it is useful to you. So enough from me, and back over to Vicky, who's going to explain what will happen next today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julie. Another seamless handover. I think we're getting good at this. Remember, guys, that this is going to be recorded and will be available on the website should you want to go back over any of our messages today. So normally at this point, we would be welcoming our new staff joining. Sorry, I could hear myself then. We would be introducing you to our staff in our hall. But unfortunately today we can't do this, so we've had to be creative. So at no expense spared, we have prepared a video to share with you. And this is a quick hello from our staff, just so you can recognise some familiar faces when you join us in September. Once you have finished watching this video, what I would like you to do is I would like you to hang up from this call. So you'll be pressing the red hang up button once the staff video has finished, and you'll then be going back into your email sent from Alice Biddiscombe to go into your subject specialist pathway. So if you're a scientist, you'll go on to hear about some specific science pathways, engineering also. So listen to the video, and then at the end of your pathway talk around 10:55, you'll come back on and you'll get to hear some fantastic student voice from our current wonderful students. Thank you.
My name is Andy Sutton and I'm part of the science team at UTC Oxfordshire. I teach physics and chemistry, and I particularly enjoy teaching the practical aspects of chemistry at both GCSE and A-level.
Hello, my name's Chris. I teach computing science and A-level maths.
Hello, my name's Georgina Phillips. I teach product design at UTC Oxfordshire, part of the engineering department. We do GCSE and A-level product design. Can't wait for September to see you all.
Hi, I'm Glenn. I'm Vice Principal at UTC and I teach biology and science.
Hello everyone, I'm Judy. I'm a science teacher here at the UTC, specialising in chemistry, and so I also teach that at A-level. We're looking forward to meeting you in September and welcoming you to the science department.
Hi, I'm Julie. I teach maths to year 10 and 11. I'm also the Senko and the assistant principal in charge of pastoral care.
Kate, I enjoy working at the UTC. I teach maths GCSE, A-level maths, core maths and also maths to the engineering students.
Hello, my name's Kieran. I'm head of science at UTC Oxfordshire and I'm really looking forward to launching our new courses in psychology and astronomy this year.
Hiya, I'm Luke. I'm one of the maths teachers at the UTC. I'm head of year 11 next year as well, so it might be that you see me around the school or in assemblies or other whole school events.
Hello, my name is Lynn Jenkins and I teach business studies at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hello, my name is Marianne Brunier. I teach English and English literature at the UTC. I'm looking forward to meeting you in September. I'll be teaching quite a lot of you. I hope you enjoy English language and English literature as much as I enjoy teaching it, and I'll see you then.
Hi, my name's Nicola. I'm a fully qualified mathematics teacher here at the UTC.
Hi, I'm Paul and I'm head of maths at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hi, my name's Richard and I teach engineering here at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm a science teacher at the UTC. I teach mainly GCSE physics with a bit of GCSE biology. I also teach A-level physics. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in September.
Hi, my name is Tim and I teach product design and engineering.
Hi, my name's Tom. I teach engineering and business studies.
Hi Year 10, my name's Vicky Knight and I'll be your head of year. I'll also be teaching some of you for history and English. I can't wait to see you and look forward to getting started.
Hi, I'm Jen Edwards. I teach geography. I'm also the teaching and learning lead for UTC Oxfordshire and I look forward to meeting you in September.
I'm glad I have come to the UTC because it is very different from any other school I've been to. It's a small school, so you get to know the teachers and students quite well.
I chose to come to UTC because I saw the amount of respect teachers got from the students and teachers gave to the students. I really enjoy the relationship the students have with the teachers, for example, calling each other by first names, asking and getting help anytime, even during between breaks.
I'm glad I came to the UTC because the environment is a lot nicer than my old school. It's a lot more focused and you're with people who want to learn.
There are so many reasons I'm glad I came to the UTC. It is a great school for scientists and engineers. For me, personally, the top reason I'm glad I came there was the opportunities. The UTC has given me amazing opportunities that, to me, are invaluable.
My favourite thing about the UTC is the engineering labs because of the amount of things that you get to do, like building stuff and designing things. I think it's very good for what it is. You don't usually find it in any other school.
My favourite thing about the UTC is that the teachers treat you like adults. You have a much more mature relationship with them and it motivates you more as a student.
My favourite thing about the UTC is the attitude and environment towards and around learning. We as students aren't treated as children, we're treated like members of a company. The UTC has such a business-like atmosphere. It doesn't make you feel as though you're at school, you feel like you're at work. And for me, that really focuses my mind to get my head down and work like I'm in a business, which is brilliant. Teachers don't treat you like students. They treat you like a colleague, and that relation between student and teacher, for me, is critical. If I don't particularly feel like I can talk to a teacher, I find it very hard to learn. And at the UTC, I've never had that problem. I've always felt that I can talk to the teacher because I'm treated like a colleague and not like a student. And that relationship makes teachers very approachable and very friendly, which is great and my favourite thing about the UTC.
Something that makes the UTC differ from any other school is ELP, or Employer-Led Projects. It is very interesting because a company sends out a few people to come into school and they will explain to you stuff about their company and they want you to do something, for example, a project. So for every year group, they will tell you a project. I like ELP. It's very interesting. You get to do a lot of teamwork and you would not find it in any other school. It's very, very cool.
ELP has given me the confidence and the skills to present to potential employers.
ELP has helped me in two main ways. Firstly, it's boosted my confidence when presenting. At the start of year 10, I'd never presented before. I might have done one or two occasional small presentations to small groups of people at my previous school, but I never presented in a boardroom to any more than 3 people, really. And so for me, I wasn't very confident when I was presenting. I was looking at the floor, or just reading off a screen, which isn't a good way to present. And the UTC has really helped me learn how to present and boost my confidence when I'm presenting. So now I can look my audience in the eye. I don't have to read off a screen. I can talk to people and I can answer questions as we go, which is really valuable in the workplace. The second way ELP has helped me is that I've learned to be a better team player. At the start of year 10, always thought I was a pretty good team player. I can do my bit, I can lead a team really well. And the UTC's taught me how to lead a team properly and well so I could delegate. I instruct people what to do and not micromanage them and end up doing more work for myself so I can lead a team in a constructive way, which is brilliant. But it's also, perhaps more importantly, taught me how to be led in a team so I can be part of a unit and contribute and support whilst not taking control, which is valuable in a team and in the workplace.
I wouldn't think that there was anything that I needed to know before entering the UTC because it's all self-explanatory and it's all student friendly.
One thing I wish I knew before attending UTC is that even though the longer days seem daunting, you get used to them and they start going by very quickly.
If I could give one piece of advice, it would be to make good use of your time. We get a lot of study periods, so make sure to plan out which hour you will be studying in and which ones you will want to take a break in.
So the UTC is a business-like environment, and it proudly says that a lot, and it is one of my favourite things about the UTC. But before I started, I was quite scared about asking for help. I thought, it's a business, you can't do that, you have to be able to do everything on your own, individually. I already find it quite hard to ask for help, but I thought it would be scarier at the UTC because everyone treats it like a business. I found out very quickly when I started the UTC that it is not true at all. You can ask anyone for help, staff, student, anyone. It doesn't matter who, they will try and help you the best you can, and if they don't know, they'll turn you on to someone who does. And that, as soon as I found that out, I was a lot more relaxed and I asked for help much easier. In fact, it actively encouraged me to ask for help because everyone was just so friendly, and I could ask anyone if I didn't understand something, which is truly brilliant. And I think if I knew that, it probably would have made my transition a little bit easier. But that is my one thing I wish I knew, that you can ask anyone you like for help because everyone will try and help you at the UTC.
Okay, ladies and gents. Okay, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed your specialism pathways there and found that really useful and gets you excited about joining us in September and moving on to your Science and Engineering Excellence. I was very proud to hear from our students there and to hear from what they had to say about our wonderful school. I'm going to hand you over now to our Assistant Principal, Richard Harrell, who's going to talk to you about, as Christina touched on a little bit during her presentation, about our employer-led project, which is very unique to UTC and something we're incredibly proud of. So I'd like to hand over to Richard, please.
Hi, morning everyone. Thanks, Vicky. So my name is Richard Harrell. I'm one of the assistant principals here at UTC Oxfordshire, and for my sins I'm in charge of the curriculum and the timetable. I'm also an engineering teacher, so if you've taken engineering we'll probably get a chance to work together at some point. But the exciting part of my job is employer-led projects, or ELP as we call it. And in fact what an ELP is every Wednesday we collapse the timetable, and for 2 hours a week, you'll be working with employers on real live projects that they're setting us. So the question is, why do we do this? What's in it for our students? And the answer to that is that we want to make you work ready. We want to make sure that you're young professionals ready for that world of work. So what we did is we spoke to a lot of our employers that work and engage with us, and they've said to us that there's 8 key employability skills that our students leaving the UTC need to have. And this is what we're going to be developing with you during these projects and throughout the rest of your schooling as well. So these 8 key employability skills are leadership, they are problem solving, communication, teamwork, initiative, planning and organising, resilience, and self-awareness and management. So we've collectively looked at all of these things and we've put these into a matrix so that you can have a detailed breakdown of what we're looking for within each of these sections, so you can tick off your progress as you're going through your studies here with us. But you'll be working with multiple companies during your time here, and these are companies that are coming very often with very real problems that they want to solve. And it's really nice because they're knocking on our door saying, we want to work with your students. And the reason for that is because you guys have already made a commitment to science, technology, engineering and mathematics simply by saying that you're coming to our college. So they're looking for a pipeline of talent into their company, and they're looking for that next generation of skilled workers. And that's what we're hopefully trying to produce with you guys through things like our ELPs. And you'll be very often presenting to probably quite senior members of companies such as United Kingdom Atomic Energy Authority, or UKAEA, Network Rail, Crown Packaging, massive companies, BMW Mini. So we're working very closely with all of these companies. We work on projects such as designing car parts for the electric BMW Mini. Here's one example for that. Also using robotic kits, and we've got lots of robotic kits here at the UTC, and we use that to create sorting solutions or remote handling solutions for UK AEA. And in fact, on this particular one, they've recently bought us some small cameras that we're fitting to the robots and VR headsets so that we can actually see what the robots see. It's an astonishing project. We'll also be developing resealable can solutions for Crown packaging. This is an area of the business that they're trying to push and trying to advance. So coming in and talking to our students is a real hit for them as well. Solving serious network rail issues like leaves on the line. I have to say, I admit, I laughed when I was in the meeting for this, and they said, "What about leaves on the line?" And I laughed and said, "Surely that's something that you just tell people, passengers, when they're waiting for that train." Apparently, no, it's a real thing. And in fact, it's not only a real thing, it's a real thing to the tune of something like £23,600 a day it's costing them. So they're really in the market for an innovative solution. And where better to come but somewhere like us, where we've got creative, young, talented people. So ELP in general, if I can just summarize this, if you are sort of quite curious about how things work and you like coming up with solutions and working as in a team like you just heard there, and if you would like that chance to work with some of our employers on real projects, you know, and you want to stand out from the crowd, and who doesn't want to stand out from the crowd? I mean, can you imagine working with some of these projects and some of these employers, and at the end of your schooling, you haven't even left school and you've got all of this on your CV? I think you're really going to get a lot from the ELP program that we've put together for you here at UTC Oxfordshire. So with that said, I have to say, I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in September and working with you. And my message is obviously stay safe until then. And I'm going to hand you back over now to your new head of Year 10, Vicky, who's going to answer some of your frequently asked questions.
Thank you, Richard. I'm sure you'll all agree that ELP is unique. It's very, very different, and it's an incredible opportunity to get involved in. Okay, so some frequently asked questions. Please do remember that we do have the question and answer option box along the bottom. And if your question is more specific to your individual student, or you are a student wanting to ask a more personalised question, you can contact me via email. I'm happy to answer any of those. Okay, so this is what our school day looks like. We start the day at 8:40. You'll be expected to arrive on time in your business wear, ready for your tutor session, your tutor period, which will last for 20 minutes. During this time, you'll have an opportunity to talk to your tutor, get some information, any relevant updates for the day, and we'll also keep you up to date with the latest news and so on, so you're aware of what's going on locally, nationally, internationally, and also importantly within the sectors that you are studying. We then have 2 one-hour lessons taking us up to break time. 20-minute break, 2 more lessons, a 40-minute lunch break, and then 2 more lessons. Ben said very well in his student video that it's quite daunting to start with a 4 o'clock finish, but actually you get used to it really quickly, and it also means there's a lot less work for you to take home, which is always a bonus. Okay, moving on. So from school day, another frequently asked question may include, slide change please, my producer, lovely, thank you very much. Business dress. Now, you won't be wearing a uniform, but let's think about what you will be wearing. We want you to be boardroom ready, to walk in and feel proud and ready to go and meet any of our industry experts that may be visiting. So we expect you to be in a shirt and tie, blouses for the ladies where appropriate, formal trousers, skirts and dresses of a reasonable length, and where necessary, ladies, we ask you to wear a heavy denier tight, so a thick tight underneath, to make sure that you are comfortable moving in and around a lab and a workshop. You would also need to wear a tailored jacket, and for health and fitness lessons, we ask you to wear a plain bottom half, whether that's a sports legging, shorts or joggers, with a UTC branded polo shirt. More information about where these will be available will come out to you shortly in your induction pack. Okay, so appropriate footwear. We expect formal business shoes. To be really clear, trainers and canvas shoes are not allowed. But I know, as a mum myself, when you walk in to into the shoe department, it will often have, these are back to school shoes. Just to be rest assured, a canvas shoe or a trainer is not permitted. Okay, and finally, on from there, we've got safety equipment. As mentioned, our labs and workshops are industry standard, so we do require safety equipment. Students in science will require lab coats and safety goggles, and students studying product design or engineering when in the workshop will need to have an overcoat and safety goggles also. They will also need to wear a safety shoe. Now, before you panic and think that actually the shoes that you buy for school, you may then need an additional pair of shoes for the additional cost. A safety shoe is a reinforced toe shoe. It is not a steel toe cap, it's a reinforced shoe, and that means a student could wear those both in the workshop and around the school for their standard lessons, but they will be required in the workshop. So here is some images of what we expect our students to look like. So in the middle here, the gentleman with the blue lanyard is our Vice Principal, Glenn Young, and he is stood with some of our current and former students, all dressed very smartly, I think you'll agree, in their business wear, and they all look boardroom ready. They all look, they could go in and meet any individual and quite happily conquer an interview, and they stand tall and proud as a result. That's the expectation. That's what we're aiming for. And I look forward to seeing you all smartly dressed in September. Okay, some images of appropriate footwear. Now, as you can see at the top, there are some suggestions here for the ladies' shoe that the girls might want to wear. Now, when we look at a non-closed-in shoe, the shoes would need to be closed in, remember, if they are in engineering for a safety shoe. If we look on the right-hand side, you can see two examples of shoes that are not going to be appropriate. So please save your pennies, then they're not the type of shoe for here. Okay, now obviously there's a bit of a purchase list there, and financial support can be sought from our students, so please do get in contact with us. That will be done on a very discreet basis. Now, if you are eligible for pupil premium and you have been in your previous school, you may be eligible for help towards equipment and also some school visits. It's also worth to mention that if you have been in receipt of free school meals, or that you now believe due to circumstance change in the current environment we find ourselves, that you may now be eligible for free school meals, we would need to see one form of eligibility documentation, and you can send that through to our admin team. The link is just there. Again, the link will be available on the website, so don't worry if you don't get it down now, and also the video, as I've said before, is available at the end. But it's important that we know who we need to support and who we can help support financially, because it means we can give your student the best opportunities. Okay, so any further questions? I'm just going to take a look now in our question bar and see if we have. Okay, I'm going to go through these in some order. Lunches. Okay, that's a really good question. Students will all wear a lanyard, as they will be wearing on one of these UTC branded lanyard chains, and they will be able to pay for their lunches using a prepaid card. So we use Parent Pay, which I know some of the schools in the local area in the county also do that, but full information will come out in your induction pack. Can we wear black jeans? No is the answer to that. A formal trouser. Keep your jeans for your weekend wear. We need a formal trouser. Has the uniform changed from previous years? We have tightened up on our footwear policy. We've always expected students to wear business dress that is logo free and interview boardroom ready. It's really important, the emphasis on boardroom ready. So you may well find that if your feet haven't grown, your school shoes from this year are absolutely suffice. Bearing in mind a safety shoe will also be needed. So the answer to the question about the lanyards, what do you use them for? Lanyards are used to swipe you in and out of the building. We're all mod cons, so swipe you in and out of the building, but also to make sure if you want to pay for things such as your lunch as well. If you don't do engineering or product design, a reinforced shoe will not be needed, but you will need, when in a lab, particularly if a female student, to wear a closed-in shoe just to help protect. As I said, we are working with industry standard equipment, so we need to make sure that we are protecting with the correct safety equipment. The school mobile phone policy, yes, I can. I will explain that now. We have a mobile phone policy where we don't expect them to interrupt learning. Okay, so we would expect mobile phones to be switched off and away. And obviously, if it does come to a point where mobile phones are interfering with learning, they can and they will be confiscated. But very few and far between does that happen, because we respect that students have them, but they respect they need to be off and away. Your induction pack will arrive in the next few weeks, so please do look out for that. And yes, we also do work experience here. More information will follow from September when you join, but we really encourage work experience. It is just as important to tick a box of what you might want to do as it is to try and rule out careers that you're not then going to be keen on. Yes, you can bring a packed lunch. There are many different seating areas available for students to eat their food. The comment here, are we allowed to wear wedges? So if you're looking to wear a heel or a raised platform shoe, you need to consider whether they are safe, whether you can move around in them safely, whether they are comfortable because you're going to be on your feet for a lot of the day, and whether they are appropriate business attire. If you've got any doubts, please do not worry, ping me an email. The details are on the screen. Do send me an email with a picture, with an image, and just check things out. I'd rather that you did that than buy something that you think then might not be right. Can we go to the shops at lunch? No, there is no leaving school site for Key Stage 4. Yes, Chris, thank you for your question. In terms of career advice and guidance, yes, we will support all students with their post-16 options. If they choose to leave us and they're looking for an apprenticeship, we work really closely with those students to make sure they're finding the right one and that they feel prepared for their interview stages and their applications. Okay. Term start dates are will be available on our website, so please look out for those. Are there any after-school clubs? At present, there aren't, due to our students needing to leave to get home at 4 o'clock, but there may well be some lunchtime sessions available. Mobile phones at break and lunch times, we expect mobile phones to be away for the duration of your school day. And in terms of piercings, I think again you need to consider what is boardroom ready, what our boardroom ready style looks like. Okay, so any further questions, please do contact me and let me know. And also you can contact our Senko. I'm just going to hand back over to Samantha Knowlton, our principal, for a final farewell.
Sorry, technical hitch, mute button, beg your pardon. We hope that you've really enjoyed the event today. Parents, please take the opportunity to join our UTC Oxfordshire Parents Facebook group, which is a closed private group that will give you the opportunity to have that community connection with other parents. Students, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, follow us on there, that would be great. If you've got any questions or feedback, then please use either the email addresses that you've seen for Vicky, for Julie, or even the email that you had the invitation on for this event. And those instructions there, you can use those email portals. There'll be an induction pack sent home, as we've said, that will have various links to useful suppliers that are cost effective for you. And if you have a look on our website, we've got a couple of virtual tours and some things that have been going on at UTC Oxfordshire over this lockdown period. So that will give you a bit more of an insight into the site itself. So thank you so much for joining us. We are all looking forward to welcoming you in September. So stay safe and take care.